right here. They're gonna ask you if you have this. When they ask you if you have the questionnaire, that's what that is. You're first on the list, so.
Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. Today is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. We're going to begin with revocation proceedings. So it's 8:53 a.m. My name is Jerome Reynolds, serving as chairman today. My colleague here with me is Mrs. Carolyn Stapleton, and we have remotely joining us Mrs. Jerry Ledoux. I would like to ask the staff here at DOC headquarters, please introduce yourself for the record.
Jasmine Thompson.
Jim Cavalier.
And our first remote location this morning is at East Baton Rouge, and we have before us Mr. Nelldell. Good morning. You're on mute still. Can you ask the officer to unmute it?
All right, is that good?
Sir, thank you so much. We appreciate your help this morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, ma'am. How are y'all doing?
Good. So, Mr. Nelldell, you're here for a revocation decision this morning. Would you state for the record, sir, your name and DOC number?
Julian Nelldell, 401468.
And I believe I heard you have a revocation questionnaire there in front of you.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And is that your signature at the bottom of that page?
Yes, ma'am.
And based on that information on that questionnaire, you're not eligible for appointed counsel this morning. So are you ready to proceed?
Yes, I am.
All right, so your case was assigned to me, so I'm gonna just read the allegation against you. You'll enter a plea of guilty or not guilty, and then we'll talk about that.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're accused of violating condition number 13 of your parole conditions, which is a special condition. And it states that the parole board or the committee on parole ordered as part of your parole that you remain in the parole project program for a period of 2 years. You've been removed from the parole project program on or about September 12th, 2025, due to your unwillingness to adhere to the parole project program requirements. So, Mr. Nelldell, how do you plead to violating that condition?
Guilty with a statement, ma'am.
What's your statement?
Upon signing the waiver, the list, okay, I was called by my case manager to review, to give them access to my bank account. And he was like, well, no, it's your choice. I'm like, my bank account lets me to see your bank account. I'm like, well, do I have to do that? He said, no, you don't. Now, my caseworker's name is Michael Coates. He said, okay, you don't have to. I said, okay, cool. So maybe like a couple of days later, Miss Kelly Gary called me while I was at work, and she requested, she said, no, I was told that you were unwilling to allow us to see your bank records. I say, yes, ma'am, that's true. I'm saying, what's going on? I say, is this concerning me paying the rent? Because I have this $100. So no, it's like, no, we need to see your bank account. I'm like, well, I not really want to do that. She said, well, listen, you signed the paper. They had an option. I said, okay, what paper was that? Because I don't remember exactly signing the papers. She stated what it was. I said, okay, well, Miss Kelly, I don't really remember you running that to me as far as what that was, the correct requirements concerning that, which she states that I had to allow them to see my bank records, and I had an option to do that or not to do that. What I remember signing that paper was that I was given the ability to set up a bank account for me, not to keep records and check my bank account. However, she said, since you're not willing to allow us to do that, you have until 4 o'clock the next day to leave our property. I'm like, okay. I left the next morning, called my parole officer, told him exactly what was going on, what transpired, what she told me, and what I told her, that I was unwilling to let me see my bank account. Had I known that that was a violation of my parole or the project alone, I would not be sitting before you. But I did not know I actually let them see my bank account. And she said that's what it was. I did not know that. That wasn't even explained to me to that magnitude.
I do see where it's July 9th. So you were parole July 8th.
Yes, ma'am.
And on July 9th, you signed an agreement acknowledging and accepting the program requirement allowing the parole project view your banking information and the purpose for that. And it was explained to you to ensure that your goals were being met. And I hear what you're saying,
Yes, ma'am.
but from what I see, it was explained to you. And I'm looking at the paper you signed.
Yes, I signed that, ma'am. That's my signature.
In-house residents will be required to pay and show reentry staff their finances on a monthly basis. And it goes on to say other stuff. So I just say this, that you do have some support letters in our record that you know cite your progress, and they say they believe it's a misunderstanding. For me, refusing to abide by their rules is a serious infraction, which yes, of course, it was a special condition ordered by us
Yes, ma'am.
to participate in their program. So, Mr. Nelldell, I don't have any other questions of you at this time. I'll defer to ask my colleagues if they have any. Ms. Ledoux?
I have no questions.
All right, Mr. Nelldell, so I am prepared to vote this morning, and based on your refusal to adhere to the requirements of the parole project as ordered by the parole board, my vote today is to revoke your parole. Mrs. Stapleton?
I concur with Ms. Reynolds.
Mrs. Ledoux?
My vote is revocation based on not cooperating with parole project.
Now, so today, Mr. Nelldell, your parole is being revoked. You will have the opportunity to apply for re-parole. We'll send you some information on how and when you can do that. We wish you well. Good luck to you, sir. That concludes this proceeding.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is reconvening. We are now at St. Tammany Parish Jail. It's November 12th, 2025. Good morning. We have Mr. Smith. Is that you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Smith, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
My name is Willie Durant Smith Jr. My DOC number is 718626.
Oh, that's what I have. So you're here for a revocation decision this morning. Do you have a revocation questionnaire there with you?
Oh, that's the best. Yes, ma'am. I got it in my hand.
Is that your signature at the bottom of that page?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on the information contained in that questionnaire, Mr. Smith, you're not eligible for appointed counsel. Are you ready to proceed without a lawyer this morning?
Ma'am,
Are you ready to proceed without a lawyer?
I signed for a lawyer to be present, but my lawyer is dealing with another case. She gave me her number for y'all to add her on. She said she couldn't make it, but she said you can add her on, send her an invite.
Was she at your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am, she wasn't at my preliminary hearing, but I signed for her to be representing me.
What's her name?
Her name Rachel Yazback.
And you expected her here today?
Yeah, she was supposed to be here, but she had another case to deal with in Jefferson Parish, so she gave me her cell phone number just in case y'all wanted to add her on to the visit.
Add her to the hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's not our responsibility to do that. It's her responsibility if she's your lawyer to join the meeting. So do you want to proceed without her? Or do you want to continue until she's able to be present?
Yes, ma'am, because I'm supposed to be I'm getting my charges dropped today. Between today and tomorrow, I'm getting my charges dropped. They were supposed to be dropped Monday, but my lawyer and the DA didn't meet that Monday because they both were stuck in two different courtrooms. So today I'm getting my charges actually dropped between today and tomorrow. If she could make it back to Covington, St. Tammany Parish Court today, she said it'll be today. If not, it'll be tomorrow for sure.
Well, I tell you what, we have with us this morning also the parole officer, Mr. Abadi. So you are formally requesting a continuance.
My lawyer been talking to Mr. Abedy and letting him know that I was getting my charges dropped. So they have been communicating, but Mr.
That's
Abedy,
not my question. My question is, do you want to continue this hearing today? Or do you want to proceed?
I will proceed until my lawyer come.
I can't wait on your lawyer.
So she's asking, do you want to do the hearing today without your lawyer? Or do you want to continue the hearing another time with your lawyer present?
That's what, yes.
Okay, so you want to wait till your lawyer's present?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate, officer, for you helping with that.
Yes,
So, based on your request, Mr. Smith, we will continue your hearing today. Is there any objection, Mrs. Ledoux?
No, ma'am. No objection.
Mrs. Stapleton?
No objection.
All right. Today, Mr. Smith will continue your hearing, and hopefully the next time we get together, your attorney will be present.
What she said?
They're going to continue your hearing. And then the next time they get together, they're going to hope that your attorney's present.
Okay, so when will the next hearing be?
Can't tell you that. I do not know. I do not schedule.
Okay.
Mr. Abedy, thanks for taking the time to join us this morning. We'll let you know when we get rescheduled.
Thank you.
St. Tammany will sign off.
Certainly.
Hi, good morning. We're now at Vermillion Parish Jail. Today is November 12th, 2025. Good morning, and this is Mr. Henry. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Henry, would you introduce yourself to the parole panel? Tell us your name and DOC number.
My name is Toby Adam Henry. My DOC number is 492731.
Yes, sir. That's what I have. So
Yes, ma'am.
you're here for a revocation decision this morning. Do you have your parole revocation questionnaire there with you?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do.
And is that your signature at the bottom of that page?
No, but I refused it whenever he had came, but it's me.
Well, okay, well, let me just ask you some questions. So, let me get to it.
All right.
Stand by. Can you read and write, Mr. Henry?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the allegations against you?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Have you ever been treated for any mental health concern?
No, ma'am.
All right, so are you ready to, based on that information, you're not eligible for us to appoint you a lawyer. So are you ready to proceed this morning without a lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm going to read the allegation against you, and then you'll enter a plea for each allegation, guilty or not guilty, and then we'll have a discussion about the whole situation. Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're accused of violating conditions of your parole. Condition number 2, and it reads, on August 12th, 2025, your parole officer instructed you to report to the New Iberia District Probation and Parole Office on August 14, 2025. However, you failed to report as instructed. On September 9th, 2025, your officer ordered you to report to the same office that morning. However, you again failed to do so. Later that same day, your officer instructed you to report to the New Iberia District Probation and Parole Office on September 11, 2025. How do you plead to violating condition number 2?
I'm guilty.
Okay. Then we have condition number 4, and it reads, you failed to refrain from the illegal use of drugs. On September 4th, 2025, you admitted to using methamphetamine and THC. You submitted to a drug screen and tested positive for methamphetamines and THC. So how do you plead to violating condition number 4?
I'm guilty.
Okay, and then we have condition number 8. You failed to submit yourself to substance abuse treatment when ordered to do so. September 4th, 2025, you admitted to using the methamphetamine and THC. You submitted to a drug screen, tested positive for meth and THC. You agreed to report to the Vermillion Parish Jail to complete a 3-day jail sanction and enroll in treatment at Keys Outpatient Behavioral Health upon completion of the jail sanction. You didn't report to the Vermillion Parish Jail, and you didn't enroll the treatment at Keys Outpatient Behavioral Health as you were instructed to. So how do you plead to violating condition number 8?
Guilty.
Last is condition number 10. Your $65 in processing fee arrears and $63 in supervision fee arrears. Never made a payment while on this term of supervision. So how do you plead to violating condition number 10 about your
Guilty. Guilty.
All right. Well, Mr. Henry, your case this morning, it was assigned to Mrs. Ledoux, so I'm going to turn it over to her. Would you answer her questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Henry,
Yes, ma'am.
why? Why did you refuse to cooperate?
Because I'm tired of being on probation and parole. I've been on probation and parole 22 years of my life. I'm tired. I'm tired of it.
According to my information, your full-term date was going to be 2026. So you had to hang on till April of 2026 and you would have been off of paper.
I'm just gonna violate myself. I'm just gonna tell y'all to let me just violate myself so I can finish with probation and parole. And I don't want to be on probation and parole no more because I can't make it. I can't.
Okay. Have you ever had substance abuse?
No, ma'am. Never.
treatment?
Never. I never had no help. Never. I never came to jail and never went to nothing like that. I've always did my time and never got no help. I'm tired. I
Are
had
you
enough.
tired of doing the drugs or you tired of going to jail?
Everything.
But you, okay. Okay. So, if I sent you to a substance abuse treatment program, would you cooperate or would you refuse help there?
I would go.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'm 45 years old. I got 6 kids. I'm just tired of being like this. You know, I just want this to stop because every time I get in trouble, it's probation and parole, probation and parole. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, here, the thing is, you get in trouble because you have a drug issue. So even if you're not on paper, what's the chances of you getting rearrested because of a
because
drug issue?
because I won't have to worry about probation and parole.
Well,
I
they'll
won't have
send
to
you to jail
worry.
for 85%. Okay. Are you ready to get off the drugs?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I mean, there's only, okay. Okay. I defer back to my colleagues.
Yes, ma'am.
So Mr. Henry, you know, we expect you to follow the rules. That's why you keep getting in trouble and you just don't do it.
I know.
And that's, you know,
Maybe I
because
have a maybe I have a problem with obeying authority. You know, it's my fault. You know.
well, I think you have a problem with the drugs. And until you make up your mind, you're not going to do that anymore. I don't, you know, I suspect that you're not going to be successful, whether or not you're on probation and parole, as you say. You got to deal with that. You got to deal with it. You need to deal with it for your kids' sake.
Yes, ma'am.
The only way to do that. So you're saying, what's the longest period of time you've been in jail?
I've been in jail a lot.
Is it always involving drug issues,
No,
substance
ma'am.
abuse?
No, ma'am.
Because you are what, a fifth felony offender? So
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
you've been in
Yes,
jail a
ma'am.
lot. The reason you're in jail now is because you failed a drug screen.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're saying you want some help?
Yes, ma'am.
The only way we can do that is if you apply yourself and you take advantage of what we want to do for you.
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions? No. All right, Ms. Ledoux, you ready to vote?
Yes, the only way that I can ensure that you get the drug treatment program is to, in lieu of revocation, send you to a substance abuse treatment program. You will not be released until your full term date, but at least you'll have some opportunity to get some treatment during this time. Okay, so my vote is in lieu of revocation, DOC substance abuse program for the duration of his time incarcerated.
Ms. Stapleton?
I concur, Ms. Ledoux.
And as do I. So you were going to revoke yourself anyway, but we're not going to revoke you. But we're going to send you somewhere to get you some help. You've asked for it. You say you need it. So we want to do that for you. Please take advantage of that opportunity so
Yes,
that when
ma'am.
you get out, you'll have some tools to deal with your problem. Good luck to you, Mr. Henry.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that just go to show you just how the world flip. Yeah, these motherfuckers don't really. Who is? Me? Put a name on.
All right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is reconvening. We're at Richland Parish Detention Center. My name is Cheryl Renatza, and my colleague here with me today is Mrs. Carolyn Stapleton. We also have remotely our committee member, Mrs. Jerry Ledoux. And we have Mr. Reynolds. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
I'm Jerome Reynolds. My DOC number is 786-340.
Yes, sir, that's what I have. So I'm gonna read some identifying information into the record, ask you a couple of questions before we move forward. But you should know that we also have on Zoom today observing Chandalyn Reynolds. She's at work, so she's just observing this morning. So, Mr. Reynolds, you're classified as a first felony offender. You're currently serving an 8-year sentence. You were sentenced there in Richland Parish in January of 2024 for indecent behavior with a juvenile. Your parole eligibility date is January 18, 2026. You don't earn good time, so your full term date is June 6, 2030. Is that information correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So before we proceed, I need to ask you a couple of questions. What, Mr. Reynolds, do you have a high school diploma?
No, ma'am. I took a job association class and I have a certification in machinist.
So you have job skills certificate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well, your case this morning was assigned to Mrs. Stapleton, seated to my right. Would you answer her questions?
So what other classes have you taken, sir?
Ma'am, I tried getting into class, but I was given the information that I guess I'm not qualified, I guess. If I can. And I also was trying to at least find some work, but I guess I'm not qualified for that either.
Okay, and you said job skill training program, was that through DOC or something you got somewhere else?
No, that was through schooling.
And what again was that?
2004.
Uh-huh. And what was your certificate in?
Machinist.
A machinist? How far of an education did you get?
Say like the 10th.
10th grade?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's awkward there, but I saw that in the court records, the court recommended that the defendant be placed in the Steve Hoyle facility for substance abuse treatment through the Department of Corrections.
Yes, I had asked for that.
And they refused it?
Ma'am.
You know?
He just said he would recommend it for me.
Okay. Well, the other thing they have there is the sex offender program. And that's what you're in prison for right now, as a sex offender. So you need to take that, don't you think, too?
Yes, ma'am. I wrote for that type of stuff, but like I said, I don't know. I guess they don't have the program, I guess.
Uh-huh. So let me ask you this. Okay, so your sentencing date was 2024. And I'm curious about the fact that seems like there's been communication between you and the victim's mother and the victim. Have y'all been talking on the phone?
The mother, yes.
You and the mother, but not the actual victim?
No, ma'am. It's me and the mother, my son. They be there.
Okay. So,
Well, I have spoken word, sent word to my daughter, telling that I love her, care for her, and from time to time.
have you tried to get into any victim awareness classes?
Like I said, I wrote a couple times, and it just I've never got nothing in return.
Well, just in conversation between me and you, because maybe family members are watching this and everything. What do you think the consequences of your actions had on your victimized survivor as a child? It's, it went on for a long time.
Well, I've been apologetic for any behavior that I was accused of. And like I said, I love my family. Hopefully they still love me the same. I feel that they do.
Well, just to put it out there, you already had a plea bargain because you were charged with 9 counts of molestation of a juvenile. And then it was played down to indecent behavior with a juvenile, and you were given 8 years. And it's said here that the first 2 years without benefits of pardon, parole. So I'm curious about that. And you said they asked you if you wanted to take a polygraph test for what you did. And you said no, because you didn't think you'd pass it. That was when you were interviewed before you got charged and everything. So 8 years compared to what you did is what you agreed to. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what the bargain, the plea was.
Yeah, that's what I've got here.
So I've been down since 2022.
Okay. Well, one thing that needs to happen, no doubt about it, is that you need to get these classes. You need to get what the court recommended, drug abuse, substance abuse, and definitely your charges recommend sex offender classes. And so a good place for you to be would be Steve Boyle to take advantage of both programs. You have law enforcement opposition. You don't have victim opposition. But you do have law enforcement opposition. Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Reynolds, you kind of, your just demeanor this morning makes me think you don't think you did anything wrong.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm just answering the questions.
Okay. All right. Ms. Ledoux, any questions?
I just wanted to ask a question because I'm seeing this. Is it a common practice for fathers to do checkups on their daughters?
No, ma'am, and I regret doing it.
Okay, because I've seen that more than once, and I'm just wondering. Thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Reynolds, there's no programs there at Richland? Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, ma'am. There's no programs.
So where do you, when you say you write and you ask for programs, where are you writing to?
I recently wrote to, I think the place is Dorchi, but
Dorchi.
someone told me that they had the program, so I've written them over the.
A good place, and I'm glad you're at least taking that initiative to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't see any other questions. I think we're ready to vote, Mr. Reynolds. Ms. Stapleton?
Okay, today, I'm gonna deny your request for parole. Certainly it hadn't been enough time. And secondly, your lack of, remorse, and you definitely need more programs, and there is law enforcement opposition. And the heinous nature of the crime.
Mrs. Ledoux?
My vote is to deny parole. Without treatment, I think you pose a public safety threat, and you have a need for the rehabilitative programs. That's all.
Yeah, Mr. Reynolds, I do agree. My vote is to deny because I think you need some rehabilitative programs, specifically the sex offender treatment, which you've asked for, and substance abuse treatment, as well as the opposition that's been expressed today. So today, Mr. Reynolds, your parole has been denied. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you. Damn.
All right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is reconvening. We are now at Morehouse Parish Prison. We need the folks at Morehouse to turn their camera on, please. Good morning. We're going to try to call them. All right, good morning. We are the Committee on Parole, and we are now at PLAQUEMINES Parish Detention Center. Today is November 12th, 2025. My name is Cheryl Reynolds, serving as chair of today's parole panel. I have Mrs. Carolyn Stapleton seated to my right, and on Zoom, we have committee member Mrs. Jerry Ledoux participating. And we have Mr. Legnon. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you, sir, introduce yourself? Do tell us your name and DOC number, please.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Legnon. My DOC number is 614622.
Right, thank you, sir. Mr. Legnon, I'm going to read some identifying information, and then I need you just to tell me if it's correct or not. I'm gonna turn it over to Mrs. Stapleton because your case was assigned to her.
Yes, ma'am.
You are classified, Mr. Legnon, as second felon offender. You're currently serving a 7-year sentence for aggravated battery. You were sentenced in Terrebonne Parish. Your parole eligibility date was December 8th, 2025, and you have a good time date, which is June 10th of 2027. Is that information correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, would you answer? Let me just acknowledge you have your girlfriend, Miss Ford is on the line with us, and she's asked to speak, and we'll call on her shortly.
Yes,
Would you
ma'am.
answer Mrs. Stapleton's questions?
Okay, good morning. Can you tell us what you did and why you think you should be getting out early?
My charge was attempted second-degree murder, and I've learned my lesson about my charge. I admit to my crime, and I need to go home and get back to work so I can take care of my kids. I have 3 children at home. Since I've been incarcerated, I've changed a lot. I learned about my mistake. I learned myself and how to deal and manage with my emotions. I actually completed Mr. Artemis McFarland's substance abuse program. I have my certificate right here.
Uh-huh.
It was a year of intensive program. I'm actually in anger management at the moment, and I also will be starting college in January. And whenever I'm pursuing a business degree, and whenever I go home, I plan to continue pursuing my business degree so I can start and run my own business when I go home.
Well, it sounds like you're accomplishing a lot of good things in your life while you're in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that's really good that you're taking advantage of all of those things.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
the police report, as I do it, you want me to let the girlfriend talk first?
It's up to you.
Okay. While we're on this subject, I don't know how your victim's doing, okay? Because
Yes,
what I
ma'am.
read was you ran over the victim deliberately.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what kind of injuries your victim suffered?
No, ma'am.
Were you required to pay any kind of restitution for medical expenses or anything?
No, ma'am.
Because you ran over him, I guarantee you there were some. So there's consequences that he's suffering that, and I don't know what he was doing with his life whenever you ran over him.
Yes,
And the way
ma'am.
I read it was the witnesses said that you sped up and ran over him. It was
Yes,
deliberate.
ma'am.
Yeah. So, and it was a jealousy issue. So you're taking anger management.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And substance abuse.
Yes, ma'am.
I see where there was some Suboxone in your wallet.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you trying to get off drugs at that time?
Honestly, ma'am, at that time, I was dealing with some hardship in my life, and I was going towards drugs to cope with it. And me being under the influence is one of the reasons why I lost control of my emotions and did what I did. But since I've been in Mr. Artemis's class, I learned a lot of things that I wasn't aware of then that I'm aware of now, especially when it comes to, the disease of addiction and, how it can affect us and the steps we have to take to be able to overcome that and change. And since I've been incarcerated, I've been sober, I've stayed on my medication, and I plan on doing the same thing whenever I go home. And during my incarceration, I've actually learned myself, got to know myself a lot better. And I've learned to manage my emotions a lot better because you deal with a lot of different personalities and people in prison. And I figure if I could do 5 years in here and not get into it with nobody and get in any trouble, I think I'll do just fine when I go home.
Well, it sounds really good, everything that you've got to say, and it sounds very positive about your outlook also in life because you are progressing and moving forward. Has anybody introduced to you like something like the accountability letter that you can write to your victim? Now they have to choose whether or not they want to get it, things like that, because you can't have any contact with your victim, but DOC offers that. Have you thought about, that's a victim awareness.
I
program.
haven't got a chance to get into the class, and nobody's spoken to me about it since I've been here.
Well, why don't
But
you ask about victim awareness while you're there?
I have, but the way they set things up here, you have to be a certain amount of time short to get into classes. And I've wrote and asked and asked and asked and asked, and I've just taken whatever they given me. But I've been here 2 years, a little over 2 years, and I've taken everything they can give me, ma'am. I can only, do what they allow me to do.
But you're telling the truth there. That's exactly right. What about so your reentry programs and your pre-release? Has there been any conversation about that?
Yes, I've talked with them, and they don't have any openings for the class right now. They just put me in anger management whenever I told them I had my parole hearing. I showed my caseworker the paper. I said, hey, I got a parole hearing on the 12th. And she's like, the next day, she was like, well, come to class today.
Huh. Okay. So you tell me, without anger management, what do you think? I mean, I saw where the officer said that the man was screaming that it looked like his leg was broken. What do you think suffered as a consequence of your behavior?
Honestly, ma'am, I think that's up to God. But I mean, I've served my time for my crime, and I mean, I really do need anger management, though, to be honest with you. I do need it. And
Yeah.
I would like to finish it, whether it's in here or when I go home. I do honestly need anger management.
Okay. Well, I think you're doing good right where you're at, and I think you're on a right path to be able to move forward with your life. Let's see. So I don't have any further questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Ledoux, any questions?
I don't have any questions at this time. Thank you.
You mentioned, Mr. Legnon, you're taking your meds.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that mental health meds?
Yes, ma'am. I take Prozac.
And is that just something since you've been in jail, or is that something before?
I was actually supposed to be taking it before I came to jail, and I wasn't.
Right? Why not? Because you were self-medicating?
Because I was choosing not to take it, ma'am. I was making bad decisions not to take my medication. And honestly, if I'd have been sober and been taking my medicine, I wouldn't be in here right now to this day, man.
Right. You realize that now.
Yes, ma'am.
So how did you know the victim? Do you know his name?
I think his name was Curtis. I mean, he was intimately involved with the mother of my child.
Right. So what set you off? Did you see any?
Jealousy. I was in a relationship with her at the time, and she was cheating on me.
All right. So whenever you get out of jail, what's your transition plan? I mean, you talked about wanting to finish your, business degree, and you mentioned your own business. What type of business would that be?
Well, actually, my girlfriend, she started a trucking business, and whenever I go home, she wants me to take over and run it for her. Me and her are gonna work together on that. We plan on settling down and getting married.
How long you been in jail?
5 years and 2 months.
All right. I don't have any other questions. I think we're ready to vote. Mrs. Stapleton?
Okay, at this time, I'm not going to, I'm going to deny your parole because, you were originally charged with attempted second-degree murder. It could have easily been that. So it was very serious what you did. You deliberately ran over this man. And also there's law enforcement opposition. And you do need to finish up the classes, like you said, your anger management class and substance abuse class. You need to be able to finish up their classes.
Mrs. Ledoux?
I'm going to concur with my colleague. Did I read on here that you have an out-of-state detainer?
Yes, ma'am.
And where is that and what's that for?
Mississippi for possession of Schedule 2.
Okay. So my vote is to deny today. I believe that you need to continue the path you're on, but you're not ready for release yet. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Legnon, I really liked hearing what you had to say. Sounds like you've set some goals and you're excited about your education, and so I'm really proud that you're working hard at it. My vote's going to be to deny your parole for the same reasons, because I think you're at a place where you can get some really good programs to help you be successful. And I notice you only have 90 days of good time credit. So as you complete these programs, you'll get the credit and your date will move up.
Yeah, if with all my good time, I'll get released in September next year.
Right. So let me just hear from your girlfriend, Miss Ford, before we close out. Miss Ford, what would you like to say to us?
But I actually feel like, Steven changed. When I had first met him, he was kind of like manic, and then we stopped talking for a while, and then when we, reconnected, I did notice like, a huge change and whatnot. And then he started opening up about like childhood, so I kind of see like where, everything comes into play with him. But like he mentioned, I actually have two businesses, and I just started my trucking business, Bayou State Logistics. And I pretty much had, plans for him like whenever, he got out. So yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
Well, thanks for
Yes.
for your support of him, and thanks for speaking to us this morning. But he's got the good plan. He's got to work it. So good luck to both of you. That concludes our business in PLAQUEMINES. We're going to sign off. It's 10:08.
You're unmuted now, so you should be able to talk without an issue.
Just see two women.
Yeah, they got it on.
Okay, good.
All right, good morning. So can you adjust, I don't know if you can do it. Is that an officer? Can we adjust the camera a little bit? Because his head's cut off for us.
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Thank you. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Oh,
So I think you turned it off somehow.
yeah, I felt like I did too. Here we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
thank you so much. So we are now at Morehouse Parish, and we have, now, Mr., I don't know how to say your last name. Is it Galarpe?
Galarpe, ma'am.
Galarpe. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us your full name, Mr. Galarpe. What is your full name and DOC number, please?
Yeah, Ruel Galarpe. DOC number is 743 315.
Okay, well, that's not quite what I have. What year were you born?
I was born January 17, 1972, ma'am.
Okay, so I have your DOC number as 763-315.
315, yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Galarpe, I'm going to read some identifiers into the record, ask you if it is correct. And then your case has been assigned to Mrs. Ledoux. You'll see her she's on Zoom. Your case has been assigned to her, and she'll take the lead on the interview. So, Mr. Galarpe, you are classified as a second felony offender, according to my records. You are currently serving a 10-year sentence for indecent behavior with a juvenile. You have a parole eligibility date, which is January 28, 2026. You do not earn good time, and your full-term date is January 28, 2031. Is all that information accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you answer Mrs. Ledoux's questions, please?
Mr. Galarpe, in reviewing your record, it looks like you have a criminal history in California. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So, are you from California?
Yes, ma'am. I was
And
raised
how
in
did you,
California.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I was raised and I grew up in California. Yes, ma'am.
So, how did you make it to Louisiana?
I met one of my ex-wife in California, ma'am, and she said that if she loves me and we get married and come to Louisiana. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any other family in Louisiana?
My ex-wife's mother. Yes, ma'am.
And no one else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, if you were to be paroled, what would your plan be?
I would like to go to church, ma'am, and I would like to know if I could maybe get any program that might help me better myself. And
Where would you live?
I'm going to be staying with my mom. My mom, she's old, and I want to help my mom. She's the one that raised me when I was small. I was abused, and I have nobody. I have no dad and mom, and I was adopted to American dad. So I was thankful that I'm in here, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, would you be going back to California or here
I want to go back to my mom and help my mom. Yes, ma'am.
in
Because
California?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I've read the record and what you the crime you committed. How do you feel about what you did?
I deeply regret, ma'am. I feel so bad because I don't feel like I'm that kind of person, ma'am. But I mean, we all make mistakes, and I pray every morning and night that God will help me and, will not make me do bad anymore, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
So you have a 12th grade education and you've taken a few, it looks like
Computer class, ma'am.
computer classes. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I was in a kitchen for like almost 3 years or 4 years, ma'am. And then I was taking the class too. My boss was really nice. She said, take the class. And it was really hard. but I want to better myself, ma'am, and do good. And that's why I'm in jail. And that's the reason why I'm here, just to do good and help others if I can. Yeah.
So where you're located, they don't offer the sex offender class?
Uh, no, ma'am. That's the only one that we have. We only had we had anger management and some classes, ma'am, but they stopped doing all that class. Yeah, we don't have too much class, Calisthenics. No,
So
ma'am.
you've served 4 years, is that correct? A 4 year of your 10-year sentence?
I was locked up, ma'am. I got picked up January 28, 2021, and until now, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it concerns me the type of crime you've committed. How long do you think that crime went on?
It wasn't long, ma'am. It was just that time that I was committed. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I can defer now to my colleagues, if you will.
Right. Mr. Galarpe, you've mentioned on more than one occasion during your conversation with Mrs. Ledoux is you need help.
Not really, but if I could find a counseling, ma'am, or like maybe any program, ma'am, that I might be closer to my area, it would be. I would appreciate it, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So by closer to your area, what do you mean? California?
Well, I don't need help because I'm pretty sure, ma'am, that I'm gonna do good and not doing bad anymore again. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Miss Stapleton.
So now you haven't had any sexual offender treatment, right?
No, ma'am.
Classes.
No,
But you
ma'am.
don't think you need any help based upon what you did?
No, ma'am.
You just think it was a bad mistake?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not that kind of person, ma'am. But I feel like Satan was in me, and it was just. Like I said, it was just hard. And that time I couldn't, stop it, or it was just that time, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and they were just children, little girls.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's more than just a mistake. That's a deliberate act. So you do need help, whether or not you know it. Clearly, there's a problem because you don't know it. So, based upon the fact you don't even realize now that you still don't realize that you need help for the crime you committed against children. I just wanted to make sure I heard that right. And you do know there absolutely is no contact with your victims or third party with the mother or anything like that, right? You do know that?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure you are aware of that. All right.
Yes.
Thank.
All right, Mr. Galarpe, I don't see that we have any other questions. I think we're prepared to vote. Mrs. Ledoux?
Mr. Galarpe, until such time as you have received sex offender treatment to reduce your risk for reoffending in the public, my vote is to deny parole.
Mrs. Stapleton?
I agree with Ms. Ledoux. I don't find that you really showed any remorse. You minimized everything. And then I think you're likely to reoffend because you don't even understand what you did. So based upon that also, I deny your parole.
All right, Mr. Galarpe, and I agree that lacking the sex offender treatment, the public is at risk of your reoffending. So my vote today, based on that, is to deny your parole. Good luck to you, sir, but you've received a unanimous vote today to deny your parole. Wish you well.
Thank you. What's gonna happen?
What
All right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is now at Riverbend Detention Center. It is November 12th, 2025. And we are ready for Mr. Beckler. Morning, Mr. Beckley.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm good, great.
Well, would you introduce yourself to the parole panel? Tell us your name, DOC number.
Okay, Jonathan Beckley, DOC number 426869.
Right, and let's see. Let me just read some identifying information into the record,
Yes,
Mr. You're classified as a fifth, that's fifth felony
Yes,
of currently serving a 29-year sentence. You were sentenced, well, your sentencing date, I'll say, is July 16, 2020. Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession with intent to distribute methamphetamines, and aggravated obstruction of the highway.
Yes, ma'am.
So your parole eligibility date is passed. It was January 14, 2025, and you do have a good time date, mandatory release date, December 12th of 2026. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Correct.
So before we get started on our interview, is there the officer still in there with you?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, well,
I can get her.
in this meeting,
I just would like to know what either any of y'all could tell us about Mr. Beckley before we start our interview.
oh, the warden and the chief of police is gonna speak for me,
Okay, good.
but
Warden.
I'm waiting on them. Yes, ma'am. Here's the DOC coordinator here.
All right, well, go ahead, sir. Introduce yourself and tell us what you think about Mr. Beckley. Tell us how he's doing.
Good morning. My name is Christopher Johnson. I'm the DOC Transition Specialist here at Riverbend. Mr. Beckley has been doing a good job here at Riverbend for the past 2 years that I've been here. I know of him being a trustee and been doing extremely well with communication with the warden, because I'm always seeing him talking to the warden. I'm always seeing Mr. Beckley helping out with anyone around the facility. He has completed several of the CTRP classes as well, and he's always been a willing participant in the classes. He makes sure that everyone is in class and they're doing their assignments, and everyone's participating, and everyone pretty much looks up to Mr. Beckley in the class because of the fact that he does participate. And he's always extremely knowledgeable about the subject material that we're discussing.
Well,
He's
that's
good.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, he's definitely a good guy.
All right. Well,
May I ask a question?
sure.
May I ask a question, sir? Has he taken his pre-release?
No, he has not taken a pre-release class yet.
Okay, so he also signed a form June of 2025 saying he refused to take that class. He said, reason refused, I have taken all classes. Particular program or service refused. He says all. Was a part of our file. So he actually refused to take pre-release.
No, he's not refused to take pre-release. He refused to be transferred to a different facility at that time.
Well, that's not what
Because
this says.
Because with his participation with the staff
Yeah.
here, he's always involved in doing a lot of maintenance work and additional items around this facility.
Mr. Natsa, do you see the page I'm referring
I
to?
do. Yes, I do, and I understand what the transition specialist is saying. So you do offer pre-release there.
Yes, ma'am. 50-hour pre-release class.
Okay. And he has not taken it.
Correct.
Okay. That's all I need. Thank you.
He has not taken it just yet, but usually I get that class done. It takes him about 2 weeks to get that class done. I spend a lot of time with the guys before they're discharged.
Good. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. Anybody else there that wants to speak on his behalf, Mr. Beckleey?
I'll get the ward.
Thank you. Boy.
Ward.
Good morning.
Morning, how you doing?
Good. How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
So for the record, sir, would you just introduce yourself and then tell us what you'd like us to know about Mr. Beckley?
Yes, I'm the warden at Riverbend Detention Center. Mr. Beckley, since his stay here, he been a real good trustee, never been in trouble here, been very helpful to the facility. And I think that if y'all give him an opportunity to go home, I think he'll be a great upstanding citizen for this community, and he's just a well-rounded, great guy. And I think he that through his stay here, just became a better person. I talk to him kind of often, and I'm a pastor on the streets also out there, and so I put the word in him also.
Good. So he's been there for 4 years.
Yes.
Has he ever had any write-ups?
No.
All right. Well, good. Well, we appreciate you taking time to come speak with us today.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Bill. Miss Bill.
So now we got the chief.
Yes, ma'am. The chief of police.
Good morning, chief.
Good morning. How are y'all today?
Good, thank you. Tell us what you want to tell us about Mr. Beckley.
Well, JB, as we call him here, he's been working out here in our maintenance shop with the lady out there that does all of supplies and everything else. He's been out there for, I don't know, 4 years.
Yes, sir.
About 4 years. He's been a model guy, feel upstanding. And I mean, I've had no problem with JB whatsoever. He's a good guy, been around the last 4 years. So,
Well, thanks. Yes, sir. Well, we sure appreciate you coming in and talking to us. That means
yes,
a lot.
ma'am.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all and whatever y'all can do for my man. Hopefully you can help him out. He's I'm ready to get him out of my hair.
I don't know how you're gonna run your warehouse.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing, is we're gonna miss him out there for sure. That's the whole thing. So, but thank y'all. I appreciate y'all's time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Beckley, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happened to you? I say that because you've a fifth offender, you've been in and out of jail, and suddenly in the last 4 years, you're okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
I understand, trust me. Miss Cheryl, I lost my mind out there. I grew up in a great family. Nobody done drugs. I was great. My mom died, and I kind of lost it. You know what I mean? I kind of lost it. But I reflect on everything I did, and I thought about all, it eats me up inside, all the people I think about, families that I messed up with drugs, and you know what I mean? It just eats me up inside. And I know it ain't right. I took all the classes, and I think about it every day, and I pray, and that ain't what I want. I'm tired of jail. I don't want to come back to jail. I want to be a productive citizen, a productive person in society. I'm sick of this. Warden Hedgeman and the staff here, they mentor me every day, and I took that and I mentor all the guys in here. I'm just tired of it, Miss Cheryl. I'm just tired of jail. I know one thing: if I get paroled, you'll never see me again here. I promise you that.
Well, but you've had probation or supervision, good time supervision before, and you've been revoked more than once.
Yes, ma'am. I understand that. I know. I know. But I promise you, I mean, I understand if you deny me, I understand, I'm not mad at you. You know what I mean? I'm not, no hard feelings.
You're not.
There are no hard feelings,
Right,
because I
let
understand.
me ask you, hold on, let me ask you. What would be your, plan? Obviously, when you got out before, you would go back and to the same places and do the same thing. So what's different now? Where would you go?
Well, I own rental property, and I'm gonna keep all my houses rented out, and I secured a house here. And when I get out, this is where I'm gonna stay. I'm staying here in this parish,
Where's your rental property?
in Caldwell Parish.
Who's
Wow.
managing that for you?
I actually kind of manage it myself, but over the phone, but I got a guy that's renting one of my houses, and he's the one that takes care of everything. I just cut the rent down a little. Yes, ma'am.
So how long you had that? You've always had that.
I've had that since my mom died, 2016. I inherited it, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, we do have a letter of support in the record from the sheriff. I mean, he's really pleased with your work at the warehouse. So I see you do have risk management, I guess the substance abuse 1 and 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Anger management, parenting, thinking for change, because you have 400 and some odd days of good time credits. But you never did, you completed the 11th grade. Do you have your GED?
No, ma'am, I never got it.
Have you ever tried?
I tried one time, and I failed. I think it was math or something. It's been a long time ago. Yes, ma'am. It's been a while.
Do they have that there? Do they have that
Yes,
opportunity?
yes, ma'am, but it takes so long. I work all the time, Miss Cheryl. I mean, I understand. I work all the time. I work a lot, and I know that's no excuse.
I
I
say
know that's no
that.
excuse.
So you've had any job skills training formally?
Not here, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm a certified welder.
Okay.
That's what I did for a living. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you were a drug dealer or user or both?
I sold drugs to support my habit, but
So you don't.
I never sold no big drugs.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't matter a little bit or a lot. Yes, ma'am, I understand, Miss Cheryl. I understand. Trust me, I understand.
So why do you think you're gonna be successful this time as opposed to having failed so many times before?
Miss Cheryl, because I'm sick of it. I'm not the man I was then. I know what I got to do. I got to stay away from everybody that I used to know. Everybody. That's the reason I'm gonna move here. I don't want no part of nobody that I used to know, but my children.
Where are they?
I got one in Tennessee, one in Caldwell, and one in Winsboro.
Well, the Caldwell officials believe that you're a menace to their area and you're a career thief and a drug dealer. You apparently created havoc in that community.
Yes, ma'am. I ain't never stole nothing.
Well, you never stole anything?
No, ma'am.
Let's see. Maybe I messed up that. Let's see. Illegal possession of stolen things?
Yes, ma'am. Somebody sold me a stole four-wheeler.
Well, felony theft in LaSalle in 2009. Caldwell, theft over $500. Well, that was dismissed. So that's probably illegal possession. Here's another illegal possession of stolen things in 2018.
I think that was the four. That's the same one. That's the four-wheeler.
So tell us what you did to get in jail this time.
Well,
Summarize for us.
Okay. Well, my mom passed away, and she had a bunch of guns in the house. And the police came The guns was there. I knew the guns was there. I shouldn't have had the guns in there, even though they registered to her, even though they was her guns. It was wrong to have the guns. And I knew better. I knew better. But I mean, it's no saying that, you know what I mean? It's just I knew better. You know what I mean? I knew
Yep.
better. I'm a country boy. I've been around guns all my life, hunting and fishing. But I surely know now that I can't have no gun or in no house with no gun or any of that. So,
What about obstruction of highway? What was that?
well, I didn't stop for the police, and they stripped my truck. So that was destruction of highway commerce.
Yeah, you put a lot of people in danger for that.
Yes, ma'am. And I understand that. I put people in danger all my life, Miss Cheryl, just doing dumb stuff. And you know, all I can say is I apologize to everybody, and I'll never do that again.
How you gonna stay away from all that? How you gonna stay sober? You said you have your own drug issues. I know you took the risk management class, but
Yes, ma'am.
when you get
First
out
thing
there, I know they're everywhere in prison too, but you'd be exposed to it everywhere.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a great support system, Miss Cheryl. The warden lives right down the road from here. I'm gonna go to his church. He's gonna kind of supervise me. The chief of police here also. I can make some great friends here. And I know if I stay here and stay under them, I'll be just fine. Actually, they'll come whoop my butt if I do mess up.
All right. Where's your family today? Did you know you were coming to see us today? Obviously, because you arranged for all these folks to come talk to us.
Yes, ma'am. I even had a paralegal and a pastor that was supposed to be on my be here. I just talked to him, but they never give him the code to log in.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well,
And
I'm
the
just. Go
only
ahead.
family I have left is my children. Everybody else passed away.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the questions I have. Ms. Ledoux, any questions?
Well, I'm still concerned that we do have the issue of not having pre-release or GED, and those are mandatory. So,
Ms. Stapleton.
And myself personally, I know you sound like a good old boy and you're getting along with everybody there great and everybody's your buddy and friend. But I'm gonna tell you what, the things you've done are significant as far as criminal history and possession with intent to distribute methamphetamines, stuff like that. What about the victims that that caused? And you know, that high-speed chase, who could you have hurt then? I mean,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
say you did dumb and stupid things, but you're not a little boy. You're not 16-year-olds doing it.
I'm not.
So, and you've had time and time again chances.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I
So-
completely understand.
I'm the type of person I wouldn't want to put my name next to something like this. So I'm just gonna tell you up front. I think 4 years out of 29, after all you've done, I don't trust my name being next to this.
I did 8 years off of 29, man.
All right, well, 8.
Yes,
8 out of 29, okay. But a lot of criminal history, severe,
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
excessive.
I
Okay,
understand.
All right. So I don't see any other questions, Mr. Beckley. I'm gonna go ahead and vote first. I agree with what everybody here has said. I do believe that you are a certified welder, so you do have the job skills training. So I think you meet the educational requirements. Unless you have the pre-release training behind you, and I don't know if they do that there, do they?
You do pre-release? Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I put a lot of stock into what the warden and the chief has said, and along with the letter from the sheriff's office. They know you. They've been with you for 4 years. The fact that your reentry plan, you recognize you can't go back to Caldwell. You need to, and you've made made arrangements to change your people, places, and things. I think with their help, I think you'll be successful.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm going to give you a chance and release you a little early. You get out next year anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
After you do complete that pre-release program.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have to submit to regular random drug screens and then have a curfew every night unless you're at church or at work from
Yes, ma'am.
9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then whatever conditions your parole officer would put on you. But
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
just one vote. It requires a unanimous vote. So
Yes, ma'am.
I would
understand.
give that chance.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ledoux.
Mr. Blackley,
Yes, ma'am.
I believe people change. I'm not sure I'm hearing the kind of verbiage I would like to hear to show that you've changed. But as Ms. Renatza says, there are other people who are speaking on your behalf that
Yes, ma'am.
are around you. You do have to have the pre-release. So I will concur with my colleague, and you must take the pre-release prior to being paroled. And that's my vote, is to condition a release upon completion of pre-release.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mrs. Stapleton.
Okay, Mr. Beckley, I like the conditions that Ms. Renasa just spoke about. I know that the pre-release is important with Ms. Ledoux. And you know, you've had some significant people put their good name next to you.
Yes, ma'am.
But once again, you'd be letting down not only yourself, but a lot of other people. You know,
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you didn't follow the instructions here. So today I'm going to defer and concur with my colleagues and concur with their conditions to approve.
Thank you so much.
So you still got a little work to do. You got to do the pre-release program. And I'm going to add, because of you know, I know you got the rental property in Caldwell Parish, but for the duration of your sentence until you're off paper, I don't want you going back to Caldwell Parish.
I'm not, Miss Cheryl. I promise.
I've come to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, don't let us
Okay.
down.
I'm not, Miss Cheryl. I promise. Thank you so
Look.
much.
Look.
Okay, can I ask one question before we go? So what do I do when I try to finish this pre-release? How does that work?
You don't worry about that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. We monitor that. They let us know when you're done, and
Okay.
then they'll process our paperwork for release.
Okay, thank y'all so much. I won't let y'all down.
You make your parole officer your best friend.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, good morning, Mr. White. Y'all still on mute there.
Okay, good morning. How are y'all?
So this is the Committee on Parole. We're at Riverbend Detention Center. It's November 12th, 2025. And we have before us Mr. White. Mr. White, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your DOC number.
Yes, ma'am. Thomas White, DOC number 728-780.
Sir, and so Mr. White, let me just read some identifying information. You're classified as a third felony offender. You're currently serving a 15-year sentence for distribution of methamphetamines, violation of controlled dangerous substance law. Again, distribution of methamphetamine in violation of a controlled dangerous substance. You were sentenced in West Carroll Parish in December 14th, 2022. You have a parole eligibility date, which was October 5th, 2025, but you do have a mandatory release date, April 10th, 2026. Good time date. Is all that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So do you have an officer there in the room with you?
I do. I have the DOC coordinator. I have the chief deputy and
Okay.
also have the warden, head warden.
All right, well, good. We'd like to hear from each of them, so I'd let them decide who's going to talk to us first.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning again. We're Christopher Johnson, DOC Transition Specialist.
All right, sir, what can you tell us about Mr. White?
Mr. White, he's a very hardworking man around here. He is one of the mechanics back in the mechanic shop. He works hard day and night on all of them different patrol vehicles that come in. Some of the other employees, they bring their vehicles up here, and he's extremely knowledgeable about the work that he does on their vehicles, and he does a great job putting them all back together. He's attended a lot of my classes as well, and once again, he gets involved in the class. He doesn't just sit in the back, staying quiet or anything like that. He does speak up in class and does a great job making sure that everyone understands the material. Whenever I call on him for any type of assistance or any type of rebuttal for anything I've said in the class, he always participates. He's a good guy. He's a hard worker. I know that for sure. He's definitely a hard worker.
Well, thank you, sir, Mr. Johnson. Can we hear from the warden, please?
Yes.
Here you are. So good morning. Can you tell us
Good
about
morning.
Mr. White?
Yes, Thomas White, I've been knowing him for about 2 years for sure. And he work in a mechanic shop and haven't got any write-ups and learn a whole lot about him in these past years that I know and believe that y'all give him an opportunity to go up back out into the community, that he will be an upstanding citizen out there. And I talked to him numerous times about his plans, and he got them laid out pretty good. And I don't think that what got him in here that it'll happen again. I don't believe it'll happen again.
Good. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate your input.
Yes.
And we have the chief, is it the chief deputy?
Yes, ma'am.
Gotta go get him. Here he is.
Good morning again.
Morning again. What do you know about Mr. White?
Well, Pie, as we call him, because he come from Mississippi, so we call him Mississippi Mud Pie. So, but Pie has been back in our mechanic shop for probably 2.5 years. He drove a tractor for us before he come there, and actually that's what got him put back there because he was respectable and worker, so we put him in the mechanic shop and he's been top notch back there. He has saved us buku money. He's a good guy. He's been very respectable the whole time I've known him. He is right there every time I ask him for anything. He's Johnny on the spot. Never complains. So, but he is. I believe that he's gonna do right when he comes out. I've been here 32 years. This is the first time I've ever spoke for anybody, and
I
wouldn't
know.
do it just for anybody. So,
I took note of that. Absolutely. I hadn't seen
yes,
you
ma'am.
on the Zoom before. So
I've never, this is my first day of ever talking to a parole board. But I wouldn't speak for him if I didn't think that he would be right. So, matter of fact, he's gonna stay here in our parish. And I told him that way I can handle him personally.
Yep.
So,
yep.
yes,
We
ma'am.
heard what you might do to him if they mess up. The guy
Yes, ma'am.
before us told us, before him told us. So you
Yes,
got it.
ma'am, for sure. But no, Thomas is a good guy, and I do know that his kids is first on his list. I do know that for 100%, and he's just trying to get back out to them, and I do whatever I can to help him get to the kids.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you. I know you took some time today to speak to us, and we really, really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all.
All right, Mr. White.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about how'd you end up in jail this go round?
Well, in 2014, I lived in Mississippi. I lost my mother, and then my daddy moved down here with his wife to Louisiana. And he was battling cancer, so I moved down here to be with him. I was using drugs then, and I started meeting people here that I really probably shouldn't have met. Hanging out, people, places, and things played a big part in my life at that time, and I was going through it. I just wanted some friends. I guess I felt lonely, but I felt like then I started selling drugs, and I felt like people needed me for something. So I kind of got addicted to the attention I got from it. And I wish I would have met better people, because when I surround myself with good people, I do great. I'm a great person. I'm a great daddy. My kids love me. They come up here and see me. But I've taken full responsibility for my past actions, and I've used my time in custody to become a better person. I've completed several programs. I've completed Thinking for a Change, Job Readiness, Substance Abuse Phase 1, Substance Abuse Phase 2, and Parenting, which have helped me develop stronger decision-making, emotional control, and accountability. For the past 3 years, I served as the head mechanic here at Riverbend and got a lot of trust from a lot of good people. When I was out and I completed drug court the last time after I got out, the accountability kind of held me accountable. And I feel like with all this time over my head now, all the parole I have, that I'll be held accountable. And I have a reason not only for that, but for myself and my kids. I just want to be the man I know I can be. I'm also proud to say I still have my job at RHL Farms with Mr. Marty Layton. He's on Zoom with us. I stay in regular contact with my boss. Most importantly, I have 3 beautiful children. And my family is my motivation. I just want to get out and provide and be the man I know I can be.
Where are your children?
They're in Oak Grove, West Carroll Parish. I'm great friends with both of my baby's mothers, and one of them is still I still talk to every day. I still talk to both of them every day. I talk to my kids, and my little girl's 9. I have a 3-year-old little boy and a 2-year-old little boy. And they all love their daddy. They come up here and see me. And during this time, I've also gotten some donations and some help, and I paid over $3,500 in reinstating my license. So I get out, I have a driver's license, something I ain't had since I was a teenager because all my tickets and acting a fool. But I feel like I got a clear plan and a reentry plan, and I just want to make it work, continue my growth outside these walls.
So, the chief mentioned your plan would be to stay in the parish. So how you gonna visit your children?
I'm right here in East Carroll. My children's in West Carroll. I stay right on the line.
So why you think this time would be different?
These classes really helped me, like for the substance abuse mainly. I was constantly in denial and always blaming others for my actions instead of I was selfish, and I feel like I can make better decisions now. And my kids are my motivation. Like I've never felt love like they loved me before.
Well, you were probably numb. So let me
Yes.
ask you this. You were, when you were on probation, weren't you afforded drug court?
Yes, ma'am. I completed drug court.
You relapsed.
Yes, after drug court. Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think triggered the relapse?
People, places, and things. And I know 100% I can't be around. Well, I feel like I'm 100%, but in the same sense, like you said, I've relapsed before, and I don't want that to happen again. So I know I know to surround myself with good people. Like I'm gonna go to work, be with my kids, and stay at home. That's all I need to do to be a good, like, all that partying's over with. I'm 38 years old. I don't have a job with a retirement. Now I see all the stuff my daddy was trying to tell me when I was young before he passed, but I was hard-headed and I just,
So you went to the Steve Hoyle program too. Did you
yes, ma'am.
didn't complete that program, did you?
No, ma'am, they come and pick me up from here because I was their head mechanic here. And, I gotten all my classes here. And that's why I didn't stay. I went there for about a week and then they ended up coming and getting me.
I saw that. That's what I think you were there 4 days.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were there at Riverbend and then looks like you got there in January of 23, then you went to Steve Coyle in June of 23, and then a few days later, you were brought back to Riverbend.
Yes, ma'am.
You do have the East Carroll, we do have a letter of support in the record from the chief, also the lieutenant and the assistant warden. So my question I had was that I wrote, how will you deal with sobriety?
Go to work and not be around it. Like I said, people, places, and things was a big part of my relapse, a big part of me using drugs, a big part of me selling drugs. I'm gonna distance myself. Like I'm not gonna be around no one using, no one. I'm just not gonna be around it. I'm gonna work, I'm gonna be with my kids, and I'm gonna be a law-abiding citizen.
All right. I'm gonna just sit back and listen to hear what my colleagues have. Maybe they have questions for you. I don't know. And then we'll hear from Mr. Layton.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ledoux, any questions or comments?
Well, so my understand is the Louisiana risk model phase 1 and 2 meets the standard for substance abuse. But you still haven't had your pre-release.
No, ma'am.
you know, Mr. White, I listen to what you say. And when I read these records, there's not a live person in front of me. But I'm looking at a history, 15-year history of drug charges.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, the person on paper looks maybe a little different from the person that's in front of me today, but the person on paper is not doesn't encourage me at all.
I understand. I know.
And I've seen people be really motivated with to do the right things for their children, but in my experience, if you don't have the motivation internally,
Yes, ma'am.
it's not, your children are not going to be a great enough motivation. I see Mr. Marty's on the line. Does he want to speak on your behalf?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, at this time, would you like to speak? Just make your comments to us.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just, I guess, here to let you know that he'll have a job when he gets out. And in the past, he worked for me for several years, or 2 or 3 years, I would say. And he was always a very good employee, just like the other guy said. Hard worker, never missed work. Just, I mean, I hated when he let his foot slip and messed up, you know, and I hated to leave him. But and after that, you know, I've since had another crew put together, and sorry, I got flies all in this truck. They won't leave me alone. And I believe, and he's been in contact with me the whole time he's been in jail, and I just encourage him, and I'm a Christian, and I believe in God, and I encourage him to. He's promised me he's going to go to church with me when he gets out, but I lost track of mine there. I just don't have anything bad to say about him. He's always been good. I
Let me ask
believe
you a
I
question.
yes,
To
ma'am.
your knowledge, was he ever doing drugs while he was working for you previously?
He never done them around me or in front of me, but I mean, I would, you know, I don't have any proof, but I would say yes. That would be my opinion. But I
So
don't
what's
have
going to
any proof.
happen if he starts doing drugs while he's working for you in the future?
I'm going to come find those 3 gentlemen that were on the Zoom earlier, and I'm going to rat on him.
Okay.
Because he's my friend, and I want to see him do good.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. I just wish that y'all would have some mercy on him.
That's what it would be. As a third class offender, it would be mercy.
Yes, ma'am.
That concludes my questions, Chairwoman.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mr. White, you kind of had the same options in place last time. You had the same man as your employer. He believed in you. You had a good job. He considered you a good worker. And then you're charged with violation of selling drugs in a drug-free zone. What was the drug-free zone that you were in?
I lived right beside a church.
And then you were charged with distribution of methamphetamines.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said that you sold methamphetamines.
Yes, ma'am.
And that crosses over to a different thing. Somebody using meth and somebody distributing meth.
100%. I was addicted to the attention I was getting from selling.
Yeah, well, right. And you had all the same things in place. You had a good job, you had a good boss, you had your children.
Yeah.
Nothing was really different. And I'm gonna read to you the opposition. The DA is opposed. The sheriff, Scott Matthews, states he is greatly, vigorously, and violently opposed to any consideration for whites' early release to parole supervision. The chief of police in Oak Grove, he said he's strongly opposed to any consideration for whites' early release to parole supervision. And, you know, the attorney general is opposed, but, you know, they're a little bit higher up. But these other people, they've probably had one-on-one contact with you that I just mentioned on the outside.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, they did, and like I said, my mind was in the wrong place at the time. I didn't at the time. I didn't think I was so messed up. I wasn't doing no wrong at that time, you know. Like now, I feel like I've sat down long enough to get my mind in. I'm not worried about no drugs. I haven't worried about no drugs. If I wanted drugs, I could have been got drugs, but that's not on my mind. What's on my mind is staying clean and doing what's right for myself and my kids.
Okay, well, so there's the other opinion on the outside. You know, when you got
Yes,
out
ma'am.
of the jail and you weren't confined to having to answer immediately to people.
Yes.
You did what you wanted to do. That's all. I don't know.
So you say that the trigger for all this behavior was you lost was it your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
So how you gonna deal with grief going forward? That's gonna happen.
I didn't really deal with the grief until I got locked up and realized that it's nobody there no more. That my mother's gone, my father's gone, and I needed to set the example. Like I know my daddy's rolling in his grave right now because he was a good dad. He tried. I was hard-headed, and I really want to make him proud because I know he's still there. Like God has been with me this whole time and placed me here to rehabilitate myself. And I feel strongly, real strong about, I know hate's a hard word, but I hate drugs. I'm not going to be around it. It's ruined my life. It's took so much from me. I can't do it. And I'm going to be a better man. I am a better man. I'm not the same person I was when I got locked up.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
All right, I think, look, I'm gonna vote. You know, it requires a unanimous vote. You've kind of heard some of the concerns of my colleagues. I believe what you're saying. I see that you've really done some reflecting. The programs, I'm so glad that they offer those programs there because the ones that you took seem to have really made a difference in your life. And I'm glad that you've recognized that you were the problem. You were addicted to not just the drugs, but the attention and all that. I put a lot of stock in what the officers and the chief has said about you. You already have a good time date in April, which is right around. You've gotten all the good time you can earn. So I would be willing to give you a shot and let you out a little early. But I would make a stipulation. So I would grant, but you got to do the pre-release first. You can't get out till you finish that.
Yes,
and I know
ma'am.
Mr. Johnson's working on getting that program available for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I would add special conditions. Because of you've heard the opposition from East Carroll Parish.
Yes.
I don't want you
West
going back.
Carroll.
I mean, West Carroll Parish. You're in East Carroll. I apologize.
Yes.
I don't want you going back to West Carroll Parish for the duration of your supervision. That's a long time. So your kids got to come see you. You can't go see them.
Yes, ma'am.
You're to attend AA meetings 3 times a week or celebrate recovery. They may have that at your boss's church. But you need to do some kind of follow-up aftercare, and share your experience with others who may benefit from it. You know?
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's important. That's my vote.
Can I attend the AA meetings I can't attend them in West Carroll, can I?
No, but they're everywhere. They're even on Zoom, so you have
Okay.
opportunity to.
Okay.
So, but again, you gotta have a unanimous vote, so
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
ask Miss Ledoux.
So, thank you, Chairwoman. My vote is a conditional grant upon completion of the pre-release program. Increase drug screens on the outside with a continued drug treatment program. And Ms. Renatza has stipulated several that you could take advantage of. You do have an out date in April. I think this is not going to affect significantly, but the parole officers will be watching you carefully, and something Ms. Renatza likes to say, and so do I, you better make that parole officer your best friend, because you can't mess up. You don't have the bandwidth to mess up again, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Stapleton.
Well, again, I'm going to, I'll listen to all the opposition too. But then when you put the different stipulations and conditions upon your release, which Mr. Renatza and Ms. Ledoux have said, I think that's better than you just getting out on your own without those things. In fact, I think that sets you up for failure, really, because you don't feel like you may say you feel like you have somebody to answer to, but this way you certainly have somebody to answer to. So I'm going to concur with both of my colleagues with the condition that they've set upon your release.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all very much.
Luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, good morning. It's still morning. The Committee on Parole is still at Riverbend. And we have, sir, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number. You're on mute. Can you get somebody to unmute it for you?
Hello.
Yes, there we are. Thank you. All right. There we go. Now, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
My name is Dalton Arrant. My last name
Your DOC number.
I do not have my rap sheet on me.
Okay, well, let me ask you some other identifying information. What's the last 4 digits of your Social Security? You don't know?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what about what year were you born?
November 19th,
What year?
1998.
I have the last 4 digits of your Social Security as 7721. Does that sound familiar? You just don't know?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I have your DOC number, Mr. Aaron, as 780740.
Yes, ma'am. That's
So
correct.
Okay, so you recognize that number?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good. So let me just read some identifiers into the record, sir, and tell me, when I'm finished, tell me if it's all accurate information. You are classified as a first felony offender. You're currently serving a 10-year sentence. You were sentenced in July of 2023 in Calcasieu Parish for indecent behavior with a juvenile, aggravated assault with a firearm, and another count of indecent behavior with a juvenile. Your parole eligibility date is January 19, 2026, and you don't earn good time, so your full-term date is September 20th, 2032. Is all that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And let me just acknowledge we have some folks who have joined us on Zoom, and they'll be speaking. Christy Arrant and McKinley Arrant, and we'll call on them at the appropriate time. But first, Mr. Arrant, your case was assigned to Mrs. Ledoux. She's on Zoom. She'll be taking the lead on the interview.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Mr. Arrant, how old are you?
26.
And how high did you go in school?
Not very high.
So, do you remember what grade you finished?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Since you've been there, have you taken any classes?
I've tried to get in a couple, but the ones that I did get into, they did not give me the graduating thing.
Okay, so you don't know if you actually completed them?
No, ma'am.
Do you think you completed them? Let's see, I'm looking for that in my records. Let's see. Victim accountability. I think you may have finished victim accountability. What do you think about the situation? How do you feel about the fact that you committed these crimes that put you in prison?
Philip, I've regret what I have done, and I love it. I'll never do anything like it again.
Okay, so you had a problem with some people at your house that you were very aggressive with. Is that correct?
No, no, ma'am.
You
So
pulled a
what?
gun? You pulled a gun
Yes,
on one
ma'am.
of them?
Out of self-defense.
Okay, that was self-defense. Do you think you could have handled that differently?
I'm pretty sure I could have, but
Yeah.
that's just
So you think that, you know, if you're a convicted felon, you can never have a firearm in
yes,
your
ma'am.
possession. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Where would you live if you were released?
I have the address right here. The number for the place it is 318-443-0189.
Well, where is that? Tell me where is that?
I I can't read that good, so I'm gonna spell it out to you.
Okay.
Okay. It says TYRONEROY, and then I think this is the address 602, and then the thing on the side of it says KLOCK.
Okay. All right. So it's not going back to the Sulphur area and
No, ma'am.
okay, because you do have to have an approved residence plan. Yeah, you understand that.
Yes, ma'am. And
At
that's the
this
only
time,
one that I could get for me to approve that
okay,
would accept me.
okay. At this time, I would want to hear from your supporters. I see McKinley Arrant. We can start with you, please. Miss Arrant, or either one of you. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
I wouldn't really say that we're support.
Yeah, we do show you as opposed.
Oh, opposed. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
Did you have anything you wanted to ask us?
No, just if you have something that you would like to say to the panel.
I wrote a impact statement, I believe, and I
Yes.
did send that to the board. I don't have it here to read it myself.
Okay, that's fine. I did read that. Yes, I did it. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank you for being with us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Is that something that you would want read? I mean, is that something you'd want people to hear your thoughts on that, or is that something you want to keep confidential?
I would I more wrote it just for you guys, not necessarily to be.
I understand. That's why I wanted to ask the question first, because yeah, I'm like her. Well, we've read it and we have it, and thank you. Right. You did a good job.
Thank you.
So, I would note for the file, just for the record, Mr. Arrant has a static 99 of 4, which is something the other board members, are familiar with. So I don't have any other questions at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Miss Christie, is there anything you wanted to say to us?
No, ma'am. I'm letting it's all on her. If this is her.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm allowing her to handle it.
And you did a good job on your letter. I know that was difficult for you to put into words, but you did good.
Thank you.
No, I just have that, like I think Ms. Ledoux was maybe, it says that your proposed residence, at this time, it says your proposed residence and employment plan, they have not been approved, and that the judge with Calcasieu Parish and the sheriff and the attorney general, they're opposed to your release also. And of course, you have strong victim opposition to your release. So I did want to add that to it.
Okay. Mr. Aaron, are you under a doctor's care?
No, ma'am.
No. So before you came to jail, were you
Yes,
taking
ma'am.
medicine
Yes, ma'am.
on a regular basis?
Yes, ma'am.
So how are you doing without that medication?
A lot better than I was.
What do you mean by that?
I can actually do things without feeling drowsy or sleepy.
Yeah, good.
I guess it's a good thing.
So you think you feel better without?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you think you could benefit from some more programs?
There's not very many here.
No, I know, but you know, maybe we could make a recommendation to maybe move you somewhere to get you some more programs that you would benefit from.
Yes, ma'am.
Make that happen, would you participate?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything else you want to say to us?
Not that I know of.
So I think we're ready to vote, Ms. Ledoux.
Yes, Mr. Aaron, based on the law enforcement opposition, in this static 99 score is a very high score, which indicates perhaps challenges with reoffending. I do believe that you need to be evaluated for mental health evaluation. My vote would be to deny and hopefully get you moved for a mental health evaluation and some treatment.
Right, Mrs. Stapleton.
I concur with Ms. Ledoux, and of course, we have the strong victim opposition with the AG, the judge, and the sheriff's office. You do need sex offender program treatment, along with some other programs, but first you need the mental health evaluation. So that would be my vote, to deny today for those reasons.
All right, Mr. Aaron, and I do agree, you know, based on the opposition and the need for additional programs, my vote today is to deny. I do, we will, you know, make a note in the record asking that consideration be given to move you somewhere that gives you those programs. So good luck to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
That concludes our business. We're going to adjourn. It's 11:36.